Cylinder 5, they busted that piston in half. Hey everybody, welcome back to Tenza Motorsports. Today I'm going to tear down the N55 engine the rest of the way. I'm going to see if the crank is savable. The internals of this engine are going to be Maxpeedingrods. So the entire, they sell an N55 repair kit, or I guess overhaul kit it would be, and it's got everything. Bearings, pistons, connecting rods, rings, gaskets, I mean like the whole freaking thing, and it's not very expensive and they're willing to help me out. So that is going to be a big deal for us. The engine block itself, it could be repaired, but I'm not going to. There's just a little bit too much damage on it. Those I can find online for like $400 to $600. To me, it's worth spending a little bit extra money to build an engine on a stand, pull this engine out, and then replace them. The reason for that is I tend to forget things. If I pulled this engine out and had it out for 3 months and then went to go put it back in, I'd go, oh, I forgot how this goes back together. I'm just really bad at that. Even watching back my videos, I have a really hard time trying to remember how things went back together. The idea is to have this engine all ready to go, pull the one out of this car, put this one back into it all in one go. So, you know, the engine's only out of the car for a week, or maybe even a weekend, just depends on how difficult it is to get out of the car. All right, head is off. Let's take a little look-see. And cylinder 1 is a little dirty. Cylinder 2, 3. Those little piles of stuff is like corrosion that came off of these pieces here. Look how corroded that one is. Not sure why. 5 and 6 are worse. I did have somebody tell me in a reply to a video asking why those are corroded that theirs is like that too, their E70 X5. Cylinder 4. Cylinder 5, they busted that piston in half. I don't know what on earth you have to do to get an engine to do this in an X5. It's not like you can't money shift. I don't know. I have no idea. Any ideas on what the heck happened, let me know. I do see some damage there on the top of the piston, which isn't good because normally that means that there's damage on the valves or the head. And I do need this head to be in good condition. So we're going to go over there and look at it. I did peek at it before I went and grabbed the GoPro to document it. But yeah, I'm just really crossing my fingers that the head's okay. Then there's cylinder 6, real nice and dirty, but nothing super crazy on the rest of the cylinders here. All right, so here's cylinder 5. And the only thing I'm seeing is there's a little bit of damage like right here. And then I thought there might be a little bit right there. And then you can just kind of see like how this is more, how that's kind of more squared off. And like right there's just a little rounded. Right there's a little rounded. So if that's okay, then we should be good. The only thing I could see is that it could potentially change the volume of the cylinder to have a little bit of material missing, but I can't imagine it'd be that much. Honestly, you could just take a little bit of material off the rest of these to make them all the same. But really that's like very, very, very little. So as long as the valves are okay. So we're just crossing our fingers. I'll take this to the machine shop, but now it is time to pull the crank and the pistons and the rods out of the block. And here is it, essentially down to the block. I still have some timing stuff up here. Let's take a look here at the cylinder. That is not good. It's got the crap beat out of it. You could have probably have gotten away with some of this where you just would clean some of that up, but where it blew a hole right there, yeah, this is no good. This is gonna have to be replaced. I did notice a lot. There is metal everywhere. You can see it suspended in the oil there. Almost every single bearing has damage to it. And I'll do a montage at the end of this video kind of showing everything. I'll time lapse me cleaning everything up. We use some super clean. That's what I use to get the floor all nice and put back together, and I'll organize everything that needs to be thrown away and all the stuff that needs to be held onto at the end of the video. But yeah, I just want to show off some of the bearings. Oh, here I wanted to talk about these. So I think these are, this has a filter on it, and look at how much, look at all of the metal in that. Ridiculous. Anyways, it's sad. You know, people that treat engines like this and then go, oh, but BMW, it's like, well, yeah, I mean, what'd you expect to happen when you misusing it? There's no way that somebody was just driving and was like, oh, whoops, and your cylinder 5 just blows up. That's something. They did something. I have a friend and his wife has a car, literally this same color, that's the 535, and I think it's a year newer than this. So I think it's 2014, and they're at like 220,000 miles, and they've done nothing but a water pump, thermostat, and just change their oil. I mean, they haven't hardly done anything to that car, and they drive it a couple hundred miles a day, basically. I think they've put most of those miles on it since he's purchased it just a couple years ago. Just sad to see that this is what happened to this particular engine. So anyways, here's all the parts. That cylinder 5, there's the piston there for it. I just can't believe it. It's crazy to me to see that. One thing I want to talk about real quick before we wrap this video up is the N55 is more difficult to take apart than the M54. I think that's mostly down to I just didn't know what to do on a lot of things. So there was a few times where I went to go remove something and there was something else in front of it, and then I had to go and get that off. There's a few things so a lot of like overlapping items. And the M54's got plenty of that too, but once you get the timing cover off, it's really not that difficult to tear down an M54 the rest of the way. You get the timing cover off, and I mean, it's kind of just like oil pan and head. I mean, that's kind of it. The timing is more simple. I can see why people would like these, but I can also see why they're a little bit more difficult to rebuild. And then the fact that it's a turbo engine is just that much more components to it. So, okay. Well, I'll wrap this video up. I appreciate everybody so much for watching. Best way you can support us in going about this project is to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Like just the standard 4-step process. That helps us out a lot. Get our videos making a little bit of money to try to recoup what's going on here and see if we can't get this put back together in a reasonable budget. But I appreciate it, and I'll see everybody in the next one.
BAM!